Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Comic Chic. I'm your host, and we're here to talk about the new comic book reviews of June 26th. I know it's late this week, but hey, you know what they say, better late than never. So let's get into it. This week we've got a really good week of book. Well, I guess I should say last week. We've got a really good week of books, and I've got the pick of the week right here. I'll share it on the screen. So the pick of the week, and you can see in the back, spoiler. Ooh. The pick of the week is Zatanna Bring Down the House by Mariko Tamaki and Javier Rodriguez. I gotta say, I love this book. It was fantastic. Um, really good script by Mariko Tamaki. Interesting story about revolving around, Zatanna's first use of magic and wanting to learn it from her father. A kid, like spoilers, a kid goes missing, and so it kind of comes back around to that at the end of this first issue. I got a chance to read the first 3 issues of the series, and I gotta say, for me, it's one of the best issues of the year. Even though I've only read the first 3, it's just so good. The art by Javier Rodriguez is fantastic. I'm really glad he did the coloring himself as well, because it's really truly some fantastic stuff. I was talking with some friends at the comic book store. I was comparing it to even like Steranko-esque artwork. Really loved this stuff. So Zatanna being one of my favorite characters as well, I really enjoyed this issue. I highly recommend it to anyone. I think it's a really accessible series. So even if you've never read anything about Zatanna, this is a really good starting point. And if you have, I think you'd really enjoy this as well. So yeah, please check this out. It was a fantastic book. Next up, we've got Rook Exodus #3. So I'm not sure. At first, I was skeptical about this book because I felt like, Jeff Johns doing 3 different books all at the same time. That's a lot. And knowing, even though I'm a big fan of his work, big fan, knowing his tendency for delays, I was skeptical. But I gave this book a shot, and I gotta say, I'm glad I did because it is fantastic. Really fun, almost 80s-esque concept, 80s action figure concept, where you've got like all these different wardens who embody different powers from these different animals. Or sorry, they have different powers from these different animals. So it's really cool. There's this corporation stuff, and the artwork by Jason Fabok is fantastic. Love the Brad Anderson colors as well. I mean, they've got a solid team here with Rob Lay, I believe, on the letters. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. I'm definitely going to keep going. It's been this one in Geiger for me. Excuse me there. So next up, we've got Action Comics 1066. I don't remember if we talked about this one last week, but the penultimate chapter of House of Brainiac. And we've got Joshua Williamson on the script, Rafa Sandoval on the artwork, Mendonça and Sanchez, I believe, on colors and letters, maybe. I'm not too sure. Sorry about that. But we've got the creative team there. Yeah, great cover as well. Brainiac Queen on the back there. Love this stuff. I think Sandoval's been killing it, to be honest. Like, he's really stepped up his game. I'm really enjoying his work on this title. Williamson continuing his streak with an awesome Superman run. Loving what he's been doing with House of Brainiac, and I thought this was a solid penultimate chapter. Really a lot happened in this one, so I don't want to spoil anything because, it's pretty much the end. But if you haven't checked out House of Brainiac, I highly recommend it. That's really good Superman stuff, so yeah. Next up, we've got Flash, and you can see the countdown to absolute power banner there for that issue. So Flash #10 by Cy Spurrier, Ramon Perez, Vasco Georgiev, and Matt Herms. Yeah, I continue to enjoy this book. At first, I wasn't super. I think I was a bit jarred by the transition from Mike Dowda Jr. to Ramon Perez, but I gotta say, I'm really enjoying it. The art's fantastic. Loving everything that's happening in this book, and this is really interesting because in a lot of ways, it connects directly to Absolute Power. So if you just enjoyed the first issue of Absolute Power #1 that came out from this recent week, then I highly recommend reading Flash and Green Arrow because they have direct connections to that event, and it's been really interesting, honestly. And here you see Green Arrow kind of take over that Batman tech that he has to kind of, it's like anti-Speed Force tech, so to take down speedsters or something. So because Amanda Waller co-opted all their technology, she sent Green Arrow to kind of to stop Barry, or yeah, from zooming around. So highly recommend checking out this issue if you're into Absolute Power. And honestly, the Flash run's been super solid. So yeah, great stuff from Spurrier. So next up, we've got Superman number 15, the final chapter of House of Brainiac by Joshua Williamson, Rafa Sandoval, and Alejandro Sanchez. I gotta say, I really enjoyed this arc. This was a fantastic ending. Love this cover, by the way. Super intense, super cool cover. Yeah, fantastic series. It has a nice segue into Absolute Power as well, because Brainiac Queen is one of the main players, the Trinity of Evil, or Trinity of Evil, I think. And I guess I should spoilers, but there's a cool teaser at the end for something to come in the future of Superman books, and it's like you see, I think it's Doomsday or a Doomsday, kind of like punching a door, so something like that. So yeah, if you're a big fan of Doomsday, that's something to look forward to. I know I'm excited for that, but yeah, couldn't recommend the Superman run enough. Honestly, fantastic. So if you like Superman, check it out. If you like DC, check it out. Next up, we've got Green Arrow. So yeah, speaking of those Absolute Power connections, this is one of them. They can direct tie in. Honestly, they talk about a lot of them are Green Arrow focused, and I'm a big Green Arrow fan. So if you want to know what Oliver Queen is doing, and because he had that moment in the first issue, so people are now questioning his motives. So if you want to know about that, check this out. There's some really cool moments, and I really like the final moment of the issue. I don't want to spoil it, but if you've read Green Arrow before, especially the Connor Hawk era of Green Arrow, you'll understand it and you'll appreciate it a lot. And yeah, for me, I mean, even if you're a newer fan, you'll appreciate it. But for me, I love that. It's like almost a direct callback to that. So props to Josh Williamson for continuing two great runs on two different characters right now at DC. So yeah, can't wait to see what he does next on the series. This is honestly, I've been enjoying it. I know people have been saying it's one big Times Absolute Power, which it is, and like everything that's happening in the background of DC, but I've really enjoyed it. Fantastic artists as well throughout the series. So yeah. Void Rivals number 10. I gotta say, I'm enjoying this more and more. It's finally starting to pick up the pace. As always, the art, like we got Robert Kirkman on the writing duties, Lorenzo De Felici on the art, and Patricio Del Peche, I believe. Sorry if I butchered that. Hello, Comic Nation. Good to see you, my friend. Guys, make sure you check out Comic Nation. It's where I get a lot of my books, and yeah, it's fantastic, guys. You get a 20% discount. You guys use the code Rainy Black Podcast, you get an extra 5%, I believe. Or is it 15? You get an extra 5%, something like that. So check that out, guys. And yeah, good to see you, my friend. So perfect timing too, because we're talking about Void Rivals. But yeah, Void Rivals. Void Rivals has been great. I really like the developments in this issue. I think it's been getting more interesting. Proximus is pretty badass. Like there's a pretty cool moment in this book. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it either, but definitely a very cool moment. Yeah, really building out the lore 100%. And yeah, you find out, like, minor spoilers here, that the Zertonians have, like, the Zertonians and whatever the other one is, they have these like energon in their cells, like a little bits of energon in their cells, so at the cellular level. So that's really interesting. They have a deep connection to Transformers now. I'm really curious to see where that's going to go moving forward. But it was cool to see Springer as well, like have some moments in this one. I like his like transforming moment where he got the Proximus, but also, yeah, we'll see what happens moving forward. Highly recommend this book. I've been really enjoying it. Definitely going to keep it on the pull list moving forward because it's been great. Power Girl number 10, Leah Williams, Eduardo Pansica, Ferreira, and Fajardo Jr. Honestly, this book is super meh. Not gonna lie. I'm just buying it because I'm a big Power Girl fan, but I don't know. I wouldn't really recommend it, but I wouldn't say it's terrible either. It's just whatever. It's very average, very okay. The art's good at least, but yeah, I was a sucker for this issue as well because she's crossing over with Crush, and I do love Lobo and I do love Crush. They're pretty fun characters, so picked that up for that. It was nice to see that little crossover, even though it had some weird moments. And the series always has good variants, so at least you get something like that if you're a variant person. So yeah. Absolute Power Ground Zero, the setup to Absolute Power #1. Yeah, this was a fun issue, and especially after learning about how Mark Waid like oversaw the development of this event recently, I was more interested. And, look at that creative team there. Like that's a stack of good creators doing like small different stories in each segment. Like they have like their little pages doing story setting up the event. I really liked it. There was some really good moments in this one. You see how Amanda Waller influences Brainiac Queen in order for her to do her bidding. And that was a really good story. I thought that was really interesting. I'm curious to see how that's going to play out throughout the event. And you also see this really cool story with a random character from the past I don't even remember. It was Time Commander. And I thought that was really cool. It establishes basically uh, how well Waller thought ahead of everything. Like she covered every aspect, whether it's magic, whether it's time. She really thought everything through, and that's why she's making a move. And you kind of see that mentioned in the first issue if you read it. So of Absolute Power. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this event. I think it's off to a good start, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. So far, I'm only sticking with this prelude and the 4-issue like Absolute Power mini, but we'll see if like I'm hearing good buzz from other issues like Task Force 7, then I'll check them out. Next up, we've got No One. No One #9. So yeah, the penultimate issue of No One. If you're a fan of the Massiverse, you know about No One. It's the newest or the latest ongoing, I guess, maxi series you could say now of the Massiverse to come out following, I believe the Dead Lucky. So it's a really good book. It's different. It's different for everything else in the Massiverse. It's really interesting thriller that's been developing. It's really also fascinating to hear about the origins of this series, about how it came through development and everything. Because originally it was like a Gordon Jr. book or something like that at DC, but they kind of reworked it. This issue had some big revelations, although I still don't think you find out who No One is, but there are some big moments. I'm sure everything will be revealed in the final issue, but I got to say I'm really loving this book. There's some really controversial moments in the series where this thing called Prop 87 gets passed, and it's basically like if anyone has a reasonable doubt to believe they're under threat of aggression, or their like safety is under danger, like they can basically shoot someone or like defend themselves with guns even. So it gets all wild, people get all crazy, and it's like they've been developing the tension of the city throughout the series. So because of the problem from Aaron Kern that was set up in the original Supermass in the Image minis before they actually developed the series. So it's really cool to see them tie that all around and develop that over time and everything. I thought it was amazing. Geraldo Borges deserves a shout out because he's doing, I think, some of the best work of his career. It's no surprise to me to see him take over the art duties at Dick Tracy, because he's been doing some amazing work on this title and all the other stuff he's doing. And like, I love looking at his warming up posts on his social media. Like every day he posts a warming up post where he just draws a random character, and he'll pick a different character each day, and it's fantastic stuff. I love when artists do that. Dude, my brother, good to see you, guys. Dude is my brother from another mother. He's on the Kingpins with me, and yeah, we're doing shows usually every week, but I'm not sure when the next one is. Maybe Saturday from the Royally Fuck. But yeah, good to see you, dude. Check out the Comic Kingpins, guys. It's always tagged in the comments in the description. So yeah, we do shows every week, and I still have some pretty big hauls I got to show off next time we're on the show. So yeah, good to see you, my friend. Yes. Oh my God, those books were great, bro. Great. Oh my God, like those books. I'm really loving those books. We did the Radiant Black review on the Radiant Black podcast, but we still haven't gotten around to Rogue Sun. I think that's tomorrow for the review, but we've read it. Fantastic stuff. Saturday, bro. Hell yeah. And yeah, happy Independence Day to my American viewers and friends. I hope you're enjoying and you're having a happy 4th of July. So yeah, grill up a steak or something, have a beer, and have a good time. Yeah, so No One, been loving that book, guys. It's been a fantastic run. I know people were expecting something more along the lines of like a cosmic book, like a superhero book, like Radiant Black or something. And I was expecting that too, to be honest, but that's not what this is. It's different. So it's a weird like social psychological thriller, and it's really interesting. Like honestly, it's a really good book. I also I'm a big fan of Brian Buccellato and everyone working on this book. Like Matt Englert's colors are incredible, and he does variant covers for the series, and every single variant he does is amazing. It's like a movie poster, top quality. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's reviews. But a few noteworthy things to mention before we go here is I read Gromit's #2. I'm not sure why that didn't come up. Maybe that's for next week. But yeah, a few noteworthy things worth mentioning is next week's books. Next week we've got July 3rd. We're doing the July 3rd books tomorrow, so I'll be on same time ish tomorrow to do the July 3rd books because that's usually when we do them every Friday. And yeah, that was a pretty good week as well. We had Radiant Black and Rogue Sun and everything. New Massiverse tie-ins yet? No, the Supermassive, the upcoming Supermassive. I got a chance to read that, and yeah, it ties into the Catalyst War, so you're gonna want to check that out. It's really good too. Amazing artwork. Stefano Simeone is like murdering it. So yeah, next week this is what we're looking at, and this is for July 10th. July 3rd, we're gonna do that tomorrow. July 10th, I'm gonna be picking up Transformers #10. Or sorry, no, we're doing July 3rd. I'm so confused here. We're doing July 3rd, so because that's tomorrow. I'm doing Batman #150, Absolute Power #1, Birds of Prey #11, Justice Society of America #10, Radiant Black 29 and 29.5, Scarlet #2, Boy Wonder #3. What else do we got? Oh, Rogue Sun #20, and I did pick up Sonic and Local Man, but I'm behind on those books, so. Yeah, I wanted to read Annihilation 2099. Like I really did. I'm not gonna lie, because I love Annihilation. Like the OG Annihilation is one of my favorite, probably my favorite event of all time from Marvel with Secret Wars. But no, I was gonna wait for what you guys were saying about Annihilation, like whether that was good or not. Steve Orlando, he's let me down before, man. Like I don't know, a few misses here and there. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, for no one, is there still no connection really? There's a connection to the Aaron Kern stuff from the Image issue, where they showed Aaron Kern from the first time. There's connection to that stuff, but nothing like I've seen so far to connect to the rest of the Massiverse. So yeah. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. I do have a huge haul, and we're doing a big haul for guys. There's so many, like honestly, it's overwhelming. How there's so many boxes. It's actually crazy. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out at some point. But yeah, doing a huge haul show. I'm actually trying to organize it all now, like trying to put the boxes, like trying to unpack the boxes and put them aside in some of the short boxes so that I have like, them ready just to to do during the thing. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, that's the only thing that I'm gonna pre-order. I think I pre-ordered that because these are like a weekly series, I believe. So yeah, I pre-ordered the Surfer one just because I'm a huge Surfer fan. Probably yeah, my favorite Marvel character. So, but I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'll read that issue, but I'm not gonna lie. Like this, it just seems like they're milking it because every issue has a new character. So yeah. Halls, baby. Exactly. We're gonna make it rain. Halls, comics all day, bro. We're gonna make it rain. You're gonna see. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. I have to catch up on some other books. Unfortunately, I've been falling behind. Not had enough time to read everything because I've been busy with work. But I'm gonna get ahead of that and pull through. Also, probably gonna do Extreme with the Kingpins soon. I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm sure we will soon, and I'm really excited because I always have a good time with the boys. So check that out as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Keep on reading them books.